Okay, so the first alternative method was essentially, 100% free minus the backlinks, and that was ranking your site in search engine. I gave you a complete overview of how to do that. The next is going to be 100% free, and all you're going to need is a Facebook profile, which I'm sure the majority of us have. Now, how do you get traffic to your website using Facebook? Well, you utilize Facebook groups, and the way that you can do that is by literally searching for any group in any niche whatsoever. So I'm going to run through a couple examples with you, but I'll show you just how many groups I'm a part of, and they keep going. But literally when I used to do, Udemy courses and I wanted to get feedback on them, I dropped them in, fitness groups and stuff like that. You'll see here this specific fitness group has 23,000 people, 23,400 some people. Now, when I used to do Amazon private labeling for specific products, and I still do that, but I haven't used these groups in a while, I would potentially drop, my product in these groups and then, see if people would review it. Now, some of these groups have a lot of members. You'll see here, 17,800 people. This group has 40,000 people. So you get the picture. There's a group and a niche for everything. YouTube subscribers. When I first started YouTube, and I probably have to get rid of a bunch of these, everybody does subscribe, sub for sub, and that's sub for sub culture until you realize that it actually doesn't really work. And then, you stop doing it. But I used to drop my videos in here and potentially have sub for sub when I literally first started. We're talking under 100 subscribers. And so I don't do that anymore, but there's literally a group for everything. So if you had a dropshipping store, potentially, I like to go back to that example because it's easy and a lot of people dropship these days. You could let's say you do you sell baseball equipment or baseball t-shirts or something like that, or you had a Teespring store that sold baseball t-shirts. What you could do is you go to groups and you could type in baseball and see what pops up. And it's pages, where are groups, public posts. Oh, there we go, not groups, that's why. So you literally type in baseball in the group tab on Facebook and see all these groups that pop up for baseball. So Classic Baseball has 7.9 thousand, 3.9, 3.8, 3. And this is probably a really low example. Baseball cards for sale, 12. All these people that are in these groups obviously are targeted around baseball trivia and statistics. These people all love baseball, and you could drop your links in all these groups literally periodically throughout the days and the weeks and get traffic to your website because people are already targeted and already inclined to like baseball and therefore be more inclined to like your products and be more inclined to purchase something off your website. Let's go to another example. Let's say you were, you were selling some kind of wine glass on Amazon. What you do is you literally type in wine, why not, or wine glass, and you could literally go down the groups, homemade winemaking, wine and mead making enthusiasts, moms who wine and crime happy hour, beer, liquor, and wine memorabilia for sale, wine and beer making homebrew. Now, literally all these people in these groups are targeted around wine. So what I'm trying to say is that there is literally a niche for everything. Regardless of what your website is around, there's a Facebook group for it. And in fact, there's probably a couple hundred Facebook groups for it. Join them all, utilize them all to your advantage, and what you can do is you can essentially, obviously let's just pretend that I join these. I actually probably can't, this is probably a bad example because I haven't joined them, but let's go back to my groups for a second. And so let's open a couple of the YouTube groups and just pretend that these were the wine groups, because obviously I've joined these groups, and with the other ones I haven't joined yet, so it would clearly I wouldn't be able to actually post anything. Now I'm not going to actually post anything, but I'm going to show you exactly what I would do. So another little caveat too is you don't want to drop too many links in too many groups too fast. So what I suggest that you do is roughly 10 links, maybe 15 links max. I would even stay closer to 10. An hour on Facebook. But if you drop, let's say you take 10 hours out of your day, and it might take you 5 minutes to actually do this. So 5 minutes every hour for 10 hours, that's 100 links that you get to drop in groups. Now, if you dropped it, 100 links in groups on Facebook a day, and let's pretend that all these groups on average have 5,000 to 10,000 people. That's, how X amount of people that's exponentially increased that are going to potentially see your links, click on it, go to your website. That's alternative traffic for free. So what you would do is, let's say I had a specific example. I'm just going to put my website to be an example because I'm not actually going to do this. But let's pretend that all these were actually, targeted around, let's go back to the baseball example, and let's pretend my website was a baseball website and I was drop shipping a baseball glove potentially. What I would do is I'd paste the link in here clearly. It would fetch the preview of my website, which people would see, like that. And then potentially I would write something enticing for them to click. I'd be like, for a limited time. And granted, this isn't going to be the best because I'm just literally coming up with it on the fly like right now. But I'd basically say something like, for a limited time, all our gloves are 60% off. Or like, free shipping on all gloves for a limited time. And I'd literally just post that in the group. It's literally that simple. Now, another little caveat. If you do a bunch of different groups at once, like I said, I suggest 10. Don't always post the same exact thing. Where did that just go? Oh, strange. Oh, there it is. Don't post the same exact thing with the same exact link. Facebook is smart, and if it sees that you're going to start posting the same exact link with the same exact text, X amount of times an hour, it's going to start noticing it as spam, and it's not going to deliver your actual posts. So what I suggest that you do is something that I do, and this is just to give you an example of run through because I think this is really, really valuable. Let's pretend that what the heck? Sorry. Oh boy. Let's get my link, and what I'm going to do, we're going to pretend that my website is, like I said, the baseball dropshipping store. Regardless of what your website is, this is going to be relevant. So I post my link in everything, right? In every group that I want to drop images in. And if I did this fast and I wasn't explaining it, this might take me 5 to 10 minutes max. It's not long. It doesn't take any effort at all. Then obviously you're going to want to get that the link out. You could obviously do that at once. I'm just kind of going through to show you. And once I think I got this one, once you're done, you're going to want to, potentially do like every other or even every 3. So to give you an every other example, I'd be like for free shipping on all gloves for a limited time. Every other. So the next one, the third one, free shipping. For the 5th one, free shipping. Then this one, free shipping. But since I obviously have it, this one, we'll go to that one. And then for this one, you're going to want to come up with something completely different. You don't want the same exact text like this because then Facebook's going to notice that. So what you're going to want to say is, for a limited time, free shipping for all baseball mom or baseball enthusiasts, whatever it is. And then you're literally going to copy that same thing, go boom. Then in this one, if it could click, boom, boom. And this one, if it could click, boom. And then you're going to go through back to the first one. Now you're literally all done and prepared. You're going to post. Wait like 5 seconds. Post the next one. X out. Obviously, it's going to say these things because I'm going to leave. But then you're going to post. Wait 5 seconds. Post. Wait 5 seconds. Post. Wait 5 seconds. Post. Wait 10 seconds. Post. And it's literally that simple. It might have taken you maybe 5 to 10 minutes max, depending on how many links you're dropping in how many groups. But that's a great alternative method to get traffic to your website for free. And there's so much potential there. Like I said, there's literally a group, and there's multiple groups, and probably hundreds of groups targeted around any niche whatsoever. So make sure that you're utilizing Facebook groups. I'm not just saying this, I literally use them still to this day, regardless of what I'm trying to use them for. So specifically, if I wanted to get traffic to, a potential listing on Amazon, I might go drop that in targeted groups. I used to, for example, I had a whiskey glass, and I'll show you here just to kind of run through one more example with you. If we go to groups right here, that's not what I wanted to do. Groups. Let's find some of my whiskey groups. I might have X'd out. Okay, so here, bourbon lovers. I used to have a bunch of whiskey groups that I'd literally come in and drop my whiskey glass in and offer free, a free discount to people. And granted, I didn't get the best return all the time, but it brought me sales, and it was 100% free, and I didn't have to spend anything on it. Because specifically this group right here has almost 5,000 members, 5,000 people that are targeted around liking whiskey. And when I'm trying to sell a whiskey glass, that's extremely valuable to find all these people in the same group that I can interact with. So that's just something to keep in mind. Make sure you're utilizing Facebook groups, and make sure you're link dropping in targeted niche groups around whatever your website is about.